Hi, I'm Tom Morris from Walt Disney Imagineering. I'm in the creative development area, and I'm a creative director.
So let's talk a little about how technology played a role in allowing you guys to bring Radiator Springs to life.
Great. Well, we are still a company that merges the worlds of old craftsmanship with the new high-tech worlds, and we are using pre-visualization tools that allow us earlier in the design process to predict and see and experience an attraction the way a guest will. And so not only is that important from an entertainment standpoint to better design and make more fun into the attractions, but it helps us plan the scheduling and plan things like dialogue. How much dialogue do we need to record? How long are you going to be in the room? Where do we need to place the lights? All of that can be informed now using pre-visualization tools that we have, like the dish and these different screens that we have. We do it earlier in the process now. We do more of it, and it's really becoming exciting.
Can you talk about Dish? Because that's actually a virtual reality type application you guys employ.
Right. So we're using that, again, to create environments and worlds earlier in the design process so that we can experience it the way a guest will experience it, and validate the creative design, the creative intent, and also begin to quantify things. How much rock work in this case, if we were to apply it to this case here, how much rock work do we need to build? How much is there going to be there? How much cement? How much iron? And so it really begins to inform kind of the brick and mortar aspects of things, and the brick and mortar aspects inform back to the to what we're programming into the virtual technology, or into the virtual reality environment that we're creating. So it's extremely useful.
And the Dish itself, is this set up at the Imagineering headquarters?
Yes.
Can you just walk us through the actual technology?
Well, yes, it is at Walt Disney Imagineering, and we are using special camera and special projection playback techniques. It's on a parabolic surface, so that parabolic surface kind of creates an entire periphery. So if you're standing in a specific spot, you can then experience everything. Your entire peripheral vision is filled up, and it has a dimensional, almost 3D quality. You can also put a helmet on a helmet, and it will be in 3D.
Can you talk a little about how the movies, the computer animated movies, served as the background for all of this?
Yeah, so that was great. Of course, Cars was a digital film, and we had models of many of these buildings, like flows, for example. But Cars Land here goes beyond the movie. And first of all, it takes place later. After the town has kind of been rediscovered and is flourishing again. So Flo has added on to her cafe, and so we had to add to it, and those models didn't exist. So we had to merge our digital model making with their digital model making. We would also work in old-fashioned paper and cardboard too. So everyone's kind of working back and forth. Clay sculptors, paper model builders, digital model builders, using different platforms, and all to expand this town and create new spaces. Stanley's Oasis is another great example of that. This little area, as you wait to go on the Radiator Springs Racers attraction, is a story that, in a mythology that goes beyond what was depicted in the film. So the final result was, we thought as people were watching the Cars film, some of them might be wondering, well, I wonder what is behind Radiator Rock? And they make some reference to a spring somewhere. Where are those springs? And so here we get to show all of that, and thanks to the technology, and thanks to the fact that most of it exists digitally, but then we've got to extend it.
Now, they've also expanded this franchise through video games. There's World of Cars, there's multiple Cars games. Did that help at all? Did you guys look at those as reference at all in designing this stuff?
I think it was happening concurrently, and so I think they were mostly looking at what we were working on, at least in a couple cases. So yeah, it was all happening at the same time, and we were trying to share notes as efficiently as we could.
What are your thoughts about the fact that they're making games out of a lot of these types of...
I think it's great. I mean, not just Cars Land, but everything. I mean, our product, our theme park product, is highly desired. People love it. People have an affinity for it, and they want to take it home. They want it to be part of their digital experience or their gaming experience. So you're going to see a lot more of that.
Do you guys find inside Imagineering that there's people that have come up now through growing up with games?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's funny because, we started as a film company and Imagineering film, but then we've taken on people from theater. And then we've taken on, folks from, strictly digital arts, but not necessarily gaming. But now we're taking on people from gaming, and we're using gaming engines, for some of the pre-visualization as well.